Grief after the death of a loved one isn't easy at any age, but imagine having to deal with it as a teenager. What one Valley nonprofit is doing this month to help them heal. Our time right now, just about 8:05. Helping a teen grieve after the death or loss of a loved one. So important and so difficult during a formative time in their lives, right? They're already under a lot of pressure at that age, and you just don't want them turning to negative influences. So Stepping Stones of Hope is a local nonprofit that hosts grief camps for people of all ages, and it has one specifically just for teens. And that's what we're talking about this morning. Joining us right now is Camp Director Anthony Williams and also Emily Shyrock, who's a former camper and now a volunteer. Thank you both for being here.
You're welcome.
Let's talk about the need first for camps like this specifically for teens, Anthony.
Well, if you recall back, I mean, maybe only 12 years ago when you were a teenager, how difficult that was.
I wish it was only 12 years ago.
You know, and we're just a bundle of emotions and hormones, and things are going crazy, and then just like that, our dad dies. Just like that, our mom dies or our brother dies. And so the need is helping to navigate that grief journey with them and set them on a path for more positive outcomes.
They need that guidance, obviously, and a camp for a weekend is going to make a big difference. But it's the longer support that I know for you made a difference 12 years ago when your father passed away. Can you share a little bit about that and how Stepping Stones of Hope made a difference in your life?
Absolutely. So as you said, I was 12 when my dad died, and it was a bit of an awkward time being 12 anyways. But then I started to struggle a lot with going to school and getting out of bed and eating and just all of the daily things that you had to do. And I didn't feel like I had anyone to talk to, and I didn't know how to handle it. So my mom made the decision to send my brother and I to camp, and by far the most grateful I've ever been looking back on it. But we went to camp and we got to learn coping skills and also form a group with our peers that we could then rely on over the next 12 years as things would come up and we didn't have our dad. And then I went back as a volunteer and was able to help and kind of see the magic happen for other campers as well.
Oh, that is amazing. We're looking at photos of some of the camps that have been held in the past. And it's not camp where you're just talking. You're doing fun things like, you know, crafts, and more importantly, being able to relate to others who are in the same boat as you, right, Anthony?
Absolutely. So the first thing we say on Friday is you're not alone. Now, it kind of stinks that you're here under these circumstances naturally, but you're not alone. You have a community, and we are going to provide them with a lot. I think sometimes people think grief camp and they're like, morose and down and bummer, and like, oh, this is gonna, you know, that's what the teenagers start out on Friday, right? And then all of a sudden, like by Sunday, they're like, it's just a total flip-flop. And so we're going to help them with life skills too. How do we properly communicate? How do we address these feelings in a productive or a constructive manner? So our goal is not just to provide coping skills, but it is to provide life skills moving beyond that grief loss.
That is amazing. And camp is going to be happening here in a couple of weekends, the weekend of the 18th.
That's correct.
If families are watching this, maybe they have a teen ages 13 to 18 who qualify. How can they register and get involved?
www.steppingstonesofhope.org. We'd love registrations. We would love volunteers for future camps. And frankly, my company currently is matching all contributions up to $5 grand. So
that is amazing.
Money always helps, as you know.
Because the campers don't have to pay anything. They go completely
My goal is to fully
supported.
subsidize.
That is fantastic. How many open spots are there?
We have 5.
Okay, 5 more spots left open. All right, well, we know there's a lot of families that could definitely use this. Before we go real quickly, what is your message to someone who is dealing with a loss and dealing with grief? I think as adults, we already, you know, have a hard time. I can't imagine being a young person also going through it. What's your advice?
I think my advice is that it does get easier, and you're always going to miss them and you're always going to love them, but learning ways to honor them is what helped me the most.
All right, thank you both for being here. Thank you for what Stepping Stones of Hope does. Been fortunate to be involved with them over the last 20 years or so. And if you would like more information, we'll put all the info on azfamily.com. Support is out there. Thank you.
Thank you
both.